If you're just tuning in, live here on The Zone, the Matt Wyatt Show, in the Farm Bureau studio, Farm Bureau, go with the home team. Good to see you, Coach. Have a seat right there. We'll put the headset on. And what's cool about this, Coach Leach, welcome to the show. What's cool about this is you're no stranger to a headset, are you?
Yeah, no, a lot of headsets, actually. And even when I was out, I was on the radio. I'd go out there on my deck at Key West, put on the headset, and eventually they got me a cough button because they decided they needed that.
Well, there's cough drops there if you were to need one.
Yeah, so you're all set. And so then during the breaks, I would try to stay in shape, do push-ups or sit-ups, and if I came back out of breath, boy, the producer, he'd be mad.
Yeah, no doubt. Coach Mike Leach on your radio right now across the state of Mississippi, live here on the day that you were announced. How'd it go down there? What'd you think?
I thought it was good. It's kind of a whirlwind. I mean, I see the same buildings repeatedly, but I never know where I'm at, you know. I mean, it'll be, oh, yeah, I've seen that building before, and then got to meet Jack.
I saw you posing for the picture out there.
Yeah, no, he does a good job. You can tell he's been bench pressing a little bit.
Yeah, right.
And then, but just great folks, really friendly people, and, you know, and just kind of waiting for the dust to settle to get a staff and get all set for recruiting and start the off season.
Right. Much was made about the visiting locker room the last time you were in Davis-Wade Stadium. I was in the home locker room. I was a member of the team here during those years. And I would say that none of us had any clue that the visiting locker room was that bad.
Oh, it was utterly outstanding. You would have been crazy proud of what went into that.
It sounds like it.
Like all this, Iowa painted their locker room pink, all the stories that go on. No, you guys had the best one. It was unbelievable. I mean, it was utterly, and the thought that went into it, because this was not a thing that just happened randomly or by accident. This was carefully thought through. It was outstanding, and although slight, the only disappointment I've had on this entire thing is I wanted to go down memory lane and go see that locker room and take pride in knowing that it's tough to play on the road in the SEC and think about the opponents going in that locker room. But I don't know.
It's much nicer now. It's
yeah. It's well, that's what they say. They say it's the old home locker room.
That's right. That's what it is. It kind of flipped ends there. Hey, you said something today that a friend of mine texted me. He liked this quote. It sounds like something from a motivational speech. We hear these kinds of things, and so I wanted to get you to expound. You said, in regards to players, people are capable of working harder than they think they can.
Yeah, I think everybody's experienced that. I mean, you're in junior high or whatever. I'm trying as hard as I can, and then in high school you discover, geez, I wasn't trying that hard in junior. And then, well, it just keeps moving. The needle keeps moving as far as how hard you can work. And I'll tell you, the other thing is you get older, your focus gets better. So then the efficiency and just, when strained, what you're capable of.
What, so much is made about air raid. We hear the term, we look at stats, people see the ball in the air. A lot of fans here, too, have this really negative connotation when they think about a coach or any coach that would try to, as they say, fit a square peg into a round hole, meaning maybe a system doesn't fit personnel or something like that. When you have those conversations or that's brought up, how do you explain the way you approach it and will approach it here?
Well, there's great athletes here, and the thing is the air raid, and I think this is why most of the NFL has adopted concepts and portions of it, has to do with the fact that anytime you have athletes and there's 6 skill positions and you want them to all touch it and have a role in trying to score and move the sticks and and so the more efficiently and more often you can get it in their hands, the better, because the only resources you have out there, and people decide to attack it differently, is space, and then how much space do you have? And, if you're backed up at the -10, you don't have 90 yards. I guess you sort of do, but you'll outrun how long your line can protect and how far your quarterback can throw at some point. But So I always think that box of about 52 yards sideline to sideline to 30 to 35 yards downfield. You want to attack as much of that as you can. And in doing so, you want to make sure the defense has to keep track of all of them.
Make them defend everybody.
Yeah.
Very cool. Mike Leach on your radio. One final question for you. When does the process begin for you of evaluating the current players kind of on an individual basis? Like, how quickly do you jump into that now?
Well, as quickly as possible. The important thing is to, to get the staff put together.
Okay.
And then, go through the film from last year to see, what actually took place on the field. And then in the off season, get feedback as much as we can in that process. So kind of continual piece by piece. And the truth of the matter is, and obviously we got to catch up on where this group's at right now. Mm-hmm. But that part never changes. It may not be as busy and as intense as it will be for us starting out, but these guys change. They improve. Once in a while, a guy gets worse, but generally they improve, and you try to monitor and keep track of that, and just keep getting better.
Well, somebody asked a little bit ago, before he goes, Matt, ask him what's his first meal in Starkville going to be. I bet him that it would probably be barbecue, would be what you would say. Am I in the ballpark? Or you have an idea?
Last night, I had one last night, and it was a great place. I can't remember the name of it. And I think their signature dish is the pork chop, the bone-in pork chop. I had the bone-in pork chop at
Restaurant Tyler. Yeah. Okay.
It was really good. Crazy good. It had a sauce kind of like barbecue, not totally barbecue. It was really good.
Okay, great.
I
Coach,
highly recommend it. If you go to this place, I'm struggling to remember the name. Kind of like a speakeasy. Get the pork chop.
Okay, great. Coach, thanks so much for your time. Welcome. Not the last time we'll get a chance to talk to you. We very much appreciate it. Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Thank you. That's Mike Leach.